So, what are you allowing into your body, mind, energy, and life? And what if there was something you haven't learned yet that could change everything? Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions Publishing, where we are helping the world experience what's possible. And here today to help me with that mission is the lead author of one of our newest books. This is called The Simple Spiritual Guide to Clean Living. Welcome, Anne Marie Tosse.
Hello, Laura DeFranco. I'm super happy to be here.
All right, I'm going to give them all a sneak peek of this beautiful cover while I start to chat with you a little bit. So, the Simple Spiritual Guide to Clean Living Practices for Healing, Growth, and Transformation. And of course, you can see this gorgeous cover. We have a lot of people to thank for the cover, and a lot of amazing expert authors that I've started to interview this week. So, you guys are going to have a really great series of interviews to watch. Anne Marie, what was the why behind this topic for you? Why this topic, clean living?
It's been an adventure, say, the last 10 years or so when I was involved. I'm involved with a essential oil company, which also has clean products. But then I realized it's not just about eating well, which this company doesn't have any of that, but it's like being able to treat things that are wrong with you, like a headache. Instead of taking an Advil, I will use an essential oil that will calm the source of the pain. So I prefer to use something a little more natural. And then um, I also spent some time doing 25 wellness events over the years. And I met people who also have beautiful modalities that complement the medical system, so that we can have better options for choosing what's good for us or not.
All right, you guys,
I
you've
don't know
got a
why it
little.
matters so much, but it really does. And I don't know if I even share that passionately enough, but it's like this really matters to me.
Yes, I know it's why we're sharing this project with you. All right, you guys, here's the deets on Anne Marie Tosse. She is a best-selling author, entrepreneur, a spiritual teacher. She's based in Vernon, British Columbia. She's a certified Reiki master teacher, divine child healer, and she guides individuals toward deeper self-awareness, energetic alignment, and conscious living through natural healing modalities, energy work, and spiritual education. So you guys heard a little bit about her why. And I know it does matter. We've been talking to your authors this week about all of the different ways this matters and their whys. And of course, I have a big gratitude for you and all your authors, but first to you, because it takes something to raise your hand to do a project like this. And
Yes.
you gathered around you some amazing people who are sharing their stories like you did in the book. And then we're going to put some wisdom and knowledge and master teachings in our practice section in these chapters, you guys. So thanks to all the co-authors as well for doing that so brilliantly. Anne Marie, what's your message for them today?
For my co-authors,
Yeah.
I think they are brave. I think it takes a lot of courage to share even a snippet of your story in a public, personal, and infinite way. Like this, these don't go away. Pages don't go away now. This is solid. So it's really, you have to be really brave to be willing to share your story and to share your modalities. So I'm really proud of them. I think they're all courageous and fun and brilliant people. I just think I have the best group of people.
You do have a really stellar group of expert authors.
Yeah.
And they're all explaining a little bit about clean living, what it means to them. I happen to be one of your authors in this book. I'm super
Yes.
happy to have a chapter in the book as well. And I
Me
know
too.
for me, clean living has been interesting. The cleaner and clearer I help this sacred vessel be, the
Hmm.
more I channel from the universe. And really, this is how it feels, you guys. So
Yes.
I am excited because I've had a couple of moments with this that make me want to shout out to people, hey, clean living. Like, you don't even know what can happen when you really work on yourself this way. So, Anne Marie, I want you to talk more about like, what does clean living mean to you? And we know the food part because we get it all the time, but what else?
It is so one of my chapters is about self-love. And for example, when you have that kind of self-love, and it gives you some tips for that, why would you do anything that sabotages anything in whether you think it, it teaches you how to watch your thoughts. I'm a masterful human being, and anything that says no, I'm not, is clean living, right? That's being able to identify anything that is not your perfect, powerful self. So if you are putting chemicals on your body, and I'm whatever it is, you don't know what you don't know. But if it's a chemical on your body, it's got to go all the way through. It's not just what you eat, it's what you think, it's what you say, it's how you feel, it's how you treat others. It's all those things, because if you really understand how powerful and beautiful you are, why would you do anything other than that? Be powerful and perfect and kind and generous and whatever else it is that is good. I hope I mean, I could go on about that, but it's like when you have that foundation, why would you do anything else?
So it's come up several times in the other author interviews, and so I love this because you're continuing this conversation. It kept
Yeah.
coming up. I'll look at my notebook again just from earlier, but it kept coming up that this is about remembering who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about, you guys? Remember, okay, clean living is, and so how would you answer? I mean, this is the spiritual part of this book. This is the spiritual
Yeah.
part of this conversation. Yeah. What else do you want to tell people about that?
Um, Say the question again.
What about remembering who you are? What does
Remembering
that
who you
even
are.
mean?
Um, yeah, that's definitely the spiritual part for sure. Over a year ago, I started reading. I have a YouTube channel and I talk about A Course in Miracles, and that walks you through the steps of remembering who you are. We are, you don't have to believe it, but in my opinion, and in my heart, we are connected to Source, whatever that looks like. And if we are part of Source, and whatever, again, whatever that looks like, then we are perfectly created, perfectly divine. And why would we do anything outside of that? So, and we all do, I do. All it's doing is saying, okay, oops, I said something not so nice. I did something not so nice. And I'm good for this. I have called people and said, when I said this, it didn't feel good to me that I said this to you. And I'm really sorry. I've done this for years. And the people go, they don't have to even remember. Most of them have said, I don't remember you saying that, or, oh, I didn't take it that way. Good. I said, well, for me, it didn't feel good. It didn't sit right in my heart. So on my side of the street, I need to make it right. To me, that's remembering who you are. Um, there is nothing wrong with us. So I don't need to self-sabotage. I don't need to listen to thoughts that say I'm not very good or whatever. But remembering who you are is like the centering, grounding, foundational sense of who we are. It is your root. It's how you're connected to the earth. It's how you're connected to Source. It's powerful and it's present all the time. We're just kept busy so we don't remember who we are in that perfect sense. I know I don't. I'm busy too, right? But take a deep breath and in this moment, remember who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, this is big, big potato stuff, as I like to say.
Yeah.
We're
Big
not messing
potato stuff.
around with these topics, you guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit on the who am I topic, like right to the core of the universe and all the things we want to know about life, right?
Yeah.
Um, when it does come to the topic of clean living, especially for products, food, water, plastics, all this, we could make such a laundry list of these areas.
Hmm.
sometimes researching can be totally overwhelming. Like when you look at all the info, how do you personally like sort through things? What are you looking for? How can we help our listeners?
I actually find groups or someone like me who has other authors. I'm part of an organization that their foundation is essential oils. They have cleaning products, they have skincare products, they have makeup, they have baby care, they have the plethora of things outside of food. I think they even in the United States even have some foods that they process, not process, but make like einkorn flour or einkorn pasta. I don't know if they do that anymore, but your best bet is to find somebody because I know Google is not a great search. You're going to go to Google and say, I want to eat clean living, and you're going to get 10 pages of things not to do. And it's discouraging and distracting on, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to do and eat and think whatever, right? I would find somebody who's knowledgeable that maybe has put a book together with people like my co-authors. I mean, I didn't do this on purpose, but find people that you know that have what you want. That's
Yeah.
probably my best recommendation.
Yeah, it speaks to just being a part of a community who's all helping each other, researching together, sharing tips, sharing tricks. And you're right, you gave me a little moment with, you search it and you get all the things not to do. That is what feels overwhelming to me. It's like, well, okay,
Yeah,
fine. How what can we do? you know,
yeah,
seems
yeah.
like everything is bad for you sometimes.
And I remember vividly one year, many years ago, my dad's been gone 10 years, but I remember years before that, he would say, I remember them saying that butter was bad for you. So then we went to margarine.
I
And now
remember
margarine's
this.
bad for you and you go back to butter. So, you
Yes.
know, you can't even listen to current trends. So you have to, for me, if it's not packaged, then it's good.
Mm-hmm. In terms of Whole Foods
Whole
and yeah,
Foods. Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
shop the outer ring of the grocery store first, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think if we probably all know somebody who has other alternatives, whether it's a lomi lomi massage or it's a Reiki, like I do Reiki on people. Um, Ask around your friends. There's probably way more than you think that know maybe not that thing that you're interested in, but they know someone who does that. So they don't know it, but someone else they know does know that. So, and that's how you create community and someone to sort of link arms with and say, okay, I'm ready to do something different in terms of clean living in my life. Would you link arms with me and do this with me? And it's like, absolutely. Because you won't find that with strangers
Yeah.
necessarily. You could,
Yeah, you never know.
you
That
never know.
grocery store is a fun place to be sometimes and talking to people.
Yes, I
And
agree.
I mean, I think and we're all out there trying to do better, and it's a very, very common topic. It's just when you guys hear the book title, The Simple Spiritual Guide for Clean Living. Anne Marie, I loved what you added to clean living because I need it to be simple and all of that is spiritual, right? And so I don't know. I think it's great to have people, of course, to talk to and have these conversations with. It's one of the reasons why you're here today to have the conversation. Why we wanted to have all the unique voices talking about what it means to them. I want to rewind to something though that you talked about a minute or two ago, and that is, I feel it in my heart first. Or I loved how you told the story of calling your friend and saying, "Hey, when I said this to you, it didn't feel good." To me that was like, I am connected to my heart, I can feel what's going on, and for that to be clean and clear and mm, pure, maybe, I don't know if that's the right word. I need to sort it out and not wait 10 years, like, because those things pile up. Like, what else do you want to say about that?
Well, it's nice you brought that up because society also doesn't want you to be anything other than happy. So if you're not happy, you should stay home and be sad and miserable and angry and whatever at home because we don't want to see it. When you do that and maybe you suppress emotions that really easily could be processed but we don't have the tools. I have tools for you if you want. That creates disease because you're out of balance in your body. So if you can't find a way to share how you feel, and I really do, I have a very simple trick that can help you in 2 minutes. Um, what happens is people get sick because they don't express themselves. Now, I don't mean be angry and throw my computer in the air and break everything in the room. I don't mean that. Maybe it could be yelling into a pillow if that's something you need to do, but you need to express it. You need to get it outside of your body because it doesn't work well inside your body, and that creates disease. There's all kinds of studies that have said that if you don't process emotions, they get stuck in your body. They can stuck in your hips. They get stuck in your lower back. They can get stuck in your throat. I'm just going to say we've got to find a way to get the things that aren't good and pure and powerful out of our body. Powerful in the bad way, if that makes sense. But yeah.
So there's healthy ways to move those emotions. This conversation, like, oh my goodness, I want to be here 3 more hours talking about this one thing
I know, me
because
too.
I know, like, and how powerful this is for people.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, you haven't been able to express that emotion. These emotions are powerful. I remember one of my coaches gave me the homework to grab my wooden dowel, like a bat almost, and whack the bed. And like, she said, Laura, if you're angry, you got to move it. You got to express it. It has to be right. So maybe driving in the car, you could scream at the top of your lungs or sing to a hard metal song or whatever works, you guys. But it's important, right?
Yes. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
And not at anybody's expense and not even at yours. Like I know I yelled when a plane goes overhead. And if you aren't in like a deeper part of your throat, you can actually like, that really hurt.
Mm,
So you
yeah.
kind of want to sink into it a little bit. But you're right. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of different topics today. Let's think about what we want to leave the listeners with today. What would be that message if somebody's really struggling right now?
If you're really struggling right now, please reach out. Please private message me somehow, some way. Or I don't want to plug the book, but obviously plug the book. Um, there's amazing people in there. And I'm not saying I'm going to be the right person to help you, but please reach out to somebody. Somebody's always willing to help you walk through it. Somebody's willing to share their modality. Somebody's willing to just give you a hug or a virtual hug, whatever is needed, or just some tools, even for the moment. If it's like very dire at the moment, we can give you tools right for the moment and help you just take a deep breath and know it's going to be okay. Just please reach out to us.
Anne Marie, thank you so much for what you're doing in the world. Thank you for leading this beautiful book. Thanks for being here today. I hope you can hear it from her, but this is way more than a book. It's a generous community.
Yeah.
And Anne Marie is hooked up with her link down below. Maybe you have a question or want to carry on the conversation. Go ahead and click and explore. Please go over to the playlist and watch the rest of the interviews. All of our authors are there for you to answer those
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Of course, we would love for you to grab your copy of this beautiful book. So I've got the link below for that as well.
Yeah.
And lastly, today, everyone, remember your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So it is
Yeah.
time to be brave.
I
See you,
agree.
see you next time.
Thanks, Laura.